Welcome back. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. And I was born July 4th, 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about these dogs. Talk about these dogs in a way of always trying to come up with some artificial stuff to be able to help you out with being able to get your dog what your dog needs. And what our dogs need is some sort of exercise and some sort of just activity to really not only just get them to move, to be active, but to also have to use their mind game. And that's why I really, really like that flirt pole, because I can, it's the you can't quite catch it system that I really like about it. Because in reality, most of these animals, they're not out to chase the squirrels, to kill it, to do anything to it. They just want to chase. And it's the concept of them not being able to quite get what they want. That's the part that I'm gonna use this word because I guess it's the correct way of saying it, but use a little bit of that frustration to get that dog of I'm about to. And then somehow, in some way, and I don't know why in house, still I just be playing with some dogs. That's what really gets the dogs. Tired. Tired. That's why a lot of times when you're just like playing fetch, you're just throwing the ball, and the dog is just, they can just keep going and going and going. But I want to show something today that this is going to be the first introduction. I got to figure out more with it. Doing a lot of tests before I really want to say, do I really, really like this or not? So I'm doing a lot of tests when I'm I'm doing a lot of tests. I'm pushing it hard. Right now I'm pushing this system here more than I believe it was intended to, just to see, you know. I live on farmland. I don't have this perfect oasis where everything is pristine. And most people live like that. Your house and your yards and where you are, it's not like beautiful. And it's gonna be a beautiful piece of equipment to be able to use if it works the way that I'm just using it. Who cares if it's perfect? Just set it up and just get out there. And it's a lure course. This thing is really fascinating in a way that I could just stand in one spot and push a button. And I don't have to do anything more but hold something in my hand, a remote, and push a button. And then the button gets going and I can slow it down, speed it up, I stop it. This is the part where it's gonna be different with each dog. Each dog needs its game that it's looking for. Where some dogs, they do only want to just straight chase and don't really care to miss out. They just want to run. That's like how my Dalmatian is. She just wants to run. She just wants to flat out just let it go, let loose, almost to the point that, oh my goodness, my border collie, when he was a baby, he was a little bit on that same thing, that he would run so fast that he couldn't quite stop. That's why if you're gonna do something like this and just let the dogs run, make sure you got a little extra run out space. I don't have much with me right in this scenario, but since I know that, I'll just slow it down before it gets over to this direction. But going that direction, we go as fast as possible. And it's like the border collie, this is really neat because he chases it and he wants to move it. And I can make it move in a way that can make him think like I'm actually, so this is something, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about this, but something that I thought of just the past couple days is I can use this to teach him how to get the animals close to me, because I can set it off. Right now I got it set up so simple. It's an out and back, not just out and back. That's all that we're doing right now. And in reality, I realize that's all that's really needed to give my dogs what they need. But I can have it go out and then I can have it come back and stop and then start to give him the words that I want, like go left or go right or stop or down or wait or push it or do whatever. And I can use something that is in my control, because the animals are always a little complicated, just to build the foundation of like the words that you want to be able to use with the dogs, to tell them where to go, which way to go. And it's interesting that I say that because I've been hearing a lot from a lot of people recently that y'all need a dog to be able to move some animals around. I'm going to tell you this, when they can move them around, your life is easy. But it's something that is just fascinating because it really doesn't take, it takes longer than I anticipated, I guess, to set it up, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And it's something that's so simple. And it's something that just, so far it's been working flawlessly, I'll say. But it's something that just, it gets the dogs to, I mean, you can already see that they already kind of know the game of the flag thing or the bag. So he's already like, what's going on with that? But it's something that just, it gets the dogs to just really want to activate, to just get them going. And I could just, hopefully, yeah, you can see them running clear down there. But I stop it. Okay, I'll just get it going again. But it's something that just, I don't know what it is, but you'll watch this Dalmatian when she comes back. It's impressive to see how she can run. It's just something that is just, it's just crazy. Look at this girl go. This girl, she is at 100% right now. 100%, getting it. And I can stop and slow it down. I can do whatever I want with it to really just get the dogs get going. Border Collie he got it in him that he's about to go. I like his run out. They have a different run for a good run out. But it's just something to get the dogs engaged. And this is something that is just in the dogs. And the first time I used this on this Dalmatian, like, oh my goodness, this is the first time I ever seen her get to a point that she's actually like, I'm gonna say tired. Because she could somewhat catch it, Nope, we're tangled up now. She can somewhat catch up to it. No, she can't catch it when I just let it go full speed. It's she can't catch this at full speed. Because when it really gets going, hold on, I gotta take a break. It cuts me off after a while. it slows me off. It says, buddy, you're running the dogs too much. But my dogs, this is the difference where I'm gonna say. Mine are very athletic with what we do. And I run the heck out of them. But always want to give them a break, of course, because not a lot of dogs are like all that great with that stamina, man. A lot of dogs are overweight. My dogs are clearly not overweight. They're capable of being able to do some very interesting stuff. All right, now it's officially cut me off. So it just cuts me off and I just turn it back on and we just get going again. It's peeping at me. This is funny. I don't know what it is about this thing. It's just, it's a really neat little system. But the dogs can really, they can get at it. So this is the part here that I have to put two out there because she's the one that keeps messing up my cord here. I've done this a few times and seen how she's the one that's messing it up for me. But at the same time, I'm sitting here talking and not really running it. Because when we running, we just running. But it's something so simple to be able to get the dogs to just get going. Because the main thing is it gets going. And I really like my field system here because, did y'all lose my flag? My flag just got lost. Nope, it's still down there. I lost it. See, they're talking about it's cool about it. I like my field because I end up losing the bag. And then they have to go and look for it. And they got to like get back in to get going to it. Because she's just, this Dalmatian is just, she's a runner. She all about just run. And the Border Collie, he comes back and he's like, what's up? And we're going to leave her right there. I don't want them to get too tired right now. I don't want y'all too tired. But something simple that I've realized that it's just what I think is neat about all this things that people are creating and things that I even want to still continue to keep on figuring out how to make is something to be able to get the dogs what they need. You know, they don't really need the 24/7 work like they used to have because they're just, I mean, these are just hangout pet dogs. I don't even care if you buy a working dog today. They don't work like a working dog anymore. The word I could use there is lazy. We don't have a desire, a need to have the dog out in the field working and doing, because most cases, especially with us in most all countries today, we have to be there with the dog. You don't just send the dog off and just go out there. So the dogs are bred to be like more and more easier to work with as far as making them to be a pet companion hangout dog. That's why at the end of the day, for me personally still, I like a very high energy dog. I think that is going to be the dog that most people are actually desiring. Because once you give that dog to be able to do something, and this artificialness here to get them to do something, is something to be able to get the dogs just completely satisfied with being able to, okay, I'm good to go. And this is the part where it's confusing to me still, in the fact that I've been letting this Dalmatian chase like crazy. The fake stuff. No longer she takes real items anymore. And in reality now, since I've only been letting her chase the fake, the artificial things, she has like almost 0.000% of I want to go chase something like the chickens or the squirrels even or anything. She's looking for a game that I'm going to set up that we're going to do this together. So that's what, for me, you know, I really like that because I'm going to be using her for my running and getting her to pull and do what she do. That it's been hard to convince her to do that because I was only able to activate her when there's a said squirrel or rabbit along the trail. Then I could get her in drive and then we can get going. Whereas today I'll be able to use something artificial to be able to get her to understand that's what we're doing here. And in my opinion, the more I keep doing this stuff with these dogs, the more that I'm sitting here using this fake stuff and, you know, the toys and the things. I think that the main concept here is when I'm saying toys, I'm talking something completely different. I'm not talking about a ball and a string even. Some dogs, I mean, that works with, but that's not for most. I'm not talking frisbees. I'm not talking chew toys that just chew it up and eat it to smithereens. I'm talking stuff to be active, stuff to get you running, stuff to get your mental game going, stuff to get both of them going at the same time, stuff to do something. And not just sit in place and just be a body. Something to get up to have to go somewhere and make something happen. Not only just the dog, but me as well, the human being. Something to get up and do something together. That not every day am I going to, oh, I want to go out. No, there's some days and I'm just like, I can see it. The Border Collie is what that convinces me. He's like, let's get that flirt pole going, man. Let's play a little bit. And I'm like, all right, let's do that. Even though I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want to right now. Straight up. I don't want to. But those are the moments that I realize, this is just life lesson right here. No one knows this. Those are the times right there that when you do that, when you don't feel like it, you're just like tired, you're just aggravated, you're irritated, whatever, and you get it done. That's when the real success of life really starts to happen. That things start to just get better in other areas in your life, not just in that one spot. It's stuff that it just compounds to everything. It literally can, a lot of people, I don't know what it is. A lot of y'all struggling keeping the house clean. One little time that you just do a little bit, you're like, I don't know. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. And then you'll have these habits that just everything starts to come along that way. And when those habits start to come, that's when in reality, you're gonna start to fast track things that you were actually wanting and desiring in life. And that's something that I realized with the simple dog. The more that I just get up and do a little extra, just because, the more that I fast track seeing how the dog gets better and better and better. It's fascinating to me. And I took this Dalmatian out to an appointment yesterday and had her playing with a dog to get the other dog to start playing and get it going the same way. And it's just fascinating to see. It's something that I was anticipating to see how she would be. And when she turned like 3, she's not even, I don't know what she is, 16 months, 17 months, 16, she's like a year and a quarter. And how she is just in public, on her leash, just hanging out. I was like, I want this when she's 3. And I see it already today because of all I can say is the stuff that I'm giving to her. I'm like, this is what I want in this setting. I know it's boring for you. It's straight up. You're just walking, you're hanging out, going to the store, you're in the neighborhood. It's just boring. This is what this is the prime time. But since I allow her to run and get it out and be able to just go all out and just be fulfilled with that, she wants to listen to everything that I have to say. It doesn't come down to the point of how much pressure you put on the dog to force the dog to want to listen to you. No, it's a matter of what we do with the dog to get the dog to want to listen to us. It's something that I just keep hearing over and over. My dog doesn't listen, so the first thing you do is let's come in and apply the corrective collar to the dog to get the dog to want to pay attention to you. It's short-lived is what I'm going to say. And it's something that I'm just realizing is not short-lived, that day after day, week after week, things just keep getting more and more simple. Easier and easier. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't have a single issue outside of when I'm making my food and I tell her to get out of the kitchen. I got to say it 3 or 4 times sometimes. But as far as her running around and doing anything, she's just in the house and she's asleep. She's hanging out. She's doing what primarily everybody's looking for. And then even my border collie, since I've put him on his semi-retired status, I let him stay in the house. He stays in all night. And I need another dog soon. I got Shadow. You stay out. Make sure no one comes to get me at night. But he stays in the house when I'm cooking, when I'm hanging out, when I'm doing, and all he does is just lay down and relax. I had to tell him one time when he was just pacing and going, I said, Oreo, let's lay down. I told him to lay down and we're good to go. We're done. Everything is finished. Just like I know what you're looking for. And he just hangs out. Why? Because I work him. I give him what it is he needs. I'm playing with these toys and these games with him to give him what he needs. And then he's so calm, he's so chill. He's asleep. And in reality, this is how I've been able to fast track being able to pet the dude, because I've never seen him calm, because when I come out, it's usually party when I come out the house. But now that I let him stay in the house, he's like, he sees the calm. I'm able to get him to lay down. And then when he's laying down, I can go ahead and pet him when he's calm. And pet him, and keep petting him when he's nice and calm and relaxed. So now he's starting to understand that. Like, not everything is just always like, let's go. But right now it's let's go. And it's something that is absolutely amazing to be able to get the dogs to want to listen to me because of what we do with each other. Not because of how I don't like using that word, but straight up, how I'm abusing you to force you to have to pay attention to me. These dogs, this is part of me that's weird with my life, that I got a little in my feelings with running, where it's weird that I'm running today and trying to even get semi-competitive with my running. But I'm doing it because I want to do it. They're out here playing with this thing because they want to do it. It's not like I'm forcing them to do something. I'm trying to dictate to them, I know you don't really like running, but I need you to do this so that we can be able to get into a better place. No, they want to do this. They thrive off of it. They want to dig deep with it. And that's one thing that I will say with this is, that's why I'm giving them a break right now. Because the first time I set it up a couple days ago and let them run, I let them run. I mean, I think I pushed the Dalmatian a little bit too much. And she was just laying down, and she was just in this like blissful heavenly look of just laying she literally was laying on one of the air vents in the house, just cooling off. And she's just laying there, just totally satisfied. And ever since that day, I have seen a completely different dog. And that's one thing that I will say that I do a lot with a lot of dogs. With this one in specific, has been hard, because I can't walk enough. I can't run fast enough for her yet. And I've never been able to get her tired. Like get her tired. I've been able to do that to every dog I've ever played with except that one. I've never been able to get her tired. And a couple days ago, I got her tired. And she just looked at me in this like super calm, super relaxed. And now she's sitting in that. She stays in that. She's just so mellow. Like even just there's the Johnny moving a chicken to get it out of here, and it's flying and flapping. And she just looked at it like, whatever. I got this. I am now more powerful in her mind than any live animal out here. This is the part where it's like, you could say, how can you be a human to compete with the squirrel? I am officially competing and winning against the squirrel with my dogs because of what it is that I'm able to set up to be able to give to them, because I'm able to continuously keep doing it, because I'm not scared out here with letting them run and do what they do. They're getting feel-good message from me of like, yes, let's just get some. That's what they're getting from me. As opposed to when she's chasing a rabbit or a squirrel out in public, she's getting, this dude's nervous. Like I'm nervous. I'm on edge. I'm like, this is scary. This is scary. You know, we don't live, if I had a squirrel, even on my property, I don't like them. That's why I put up extra fence, or mainly for the cows as well. But it helps with the dogs. I don't want them chasing nothing by that road up there. That scares me straight up. I don't want them chasing nothing by that road. Even though I will be setting this course up, will be primarily up there, but I will be beefing that fence up. Right now, it's just a 6-strand barbed wire. I want a fence, because they can get to chasing something and just get to going, and then get hit by a car. Anything could happen to them, and that's dangerous. But since I'm able to do it here like this, we're safe. We're safe as can be. I mean, the girl's literally just laying on the flag, just hanging out, just embracing the joy of being able to just have the opportunity to be able to just get out what she has. And that's something that almost every single dog I've ever seen, they have something in them that they have to get out. They got to get it out. And a lot of dogs, they like to do the chasing stuff. But if we could set it up in a way that I'm going to say is as safe as can be, that's how you're going to be able to get something really, really nice. This is the part that if you don't have a car, you don't have the means to be able to use a flirt pole, you have a means to be able to set something like this up. And then for me, you know, I'll be slightly lazy to be able to create something, to be able to just put over the top of the things. If you could set a course up so that you can somewhat weatherproof it, so that you can just leave it out there, and then you can just leave it be and get a new cord when the cord goes bad. It's not too much money to be able to just get a new nylon cord on there, and then you can just keep it, so you can just keep it going and going and going. That'd be like, for me, the system that I would want to upgrade this to figure out how to be able to weatherproof it, so I don't need to worry about taking it anywhere. Because I'm already semi-impressed with the pieces and what they got. The pulleys are the part that I like the most out of any of the luring courses I've researched. I've looked at every single one of them. The pulleys are the ones that I think this system has the best setup. It's the best one that I've seen yet. And get my hands on it, because like I had my hands, because I actually started making some pulleys from a different company, and they're not the same. It's weird, especially here in Texas. Our ground is so hard, and those pulleys, they're like 18 inches, and you got to drive it into the ground. That's impossible where I live. Like, you're going to hit solid rock. Like, this whole field here is solid limestone after about 8, most cases 12 inches deep. So it's like the system already won't work. But this here, the way that it is, it's simple and easy to be able to use. And making it simple and easy to use means that, for one, you're going to use it more. And when you use it more, your dog is going to keep on getting more and more benefit. And it's a very interesting thing with being able to allow the dogs to be able to just get out what they need to get out. Because that's the part for me that I've really come to understand, that I pretty much at 100% believe it's about to rain, which is a good thing. 100% that I believe is the dogs want to, they have something that they need to do. And when we are able to listen to their needs and meet their needs, that's when we are able to, we're going to be able to do anything that together. We'll be anything together. Because in reality, the needs that the dogs have, at first it's been hard for me to get this Dalmatian tired. This is the part that some of y'all got that dog. And this is why this system here, compared, the flirt pole is pretty cool too, but I can only play with her and not with the Border Collie, because he gets tired literally in 10 minutes. And this girl can go for an hour. But the thing that she needed is a flat run, just a straight run, just a run, just run. That's what she's looking for. And for me, I got to do some mowing out here, because I'm going to set up I think this thing can do twice what I have on it right now. So I want to do a course that's going to be 600 feet out and back, and that's a run. And 2 of that at max is going to, I mean, half of that would get the average dog tired. But for her, that's just what she needed. And when I'm starting to understand what she needs and I give that to her, that's the key thing that I'm going to say is where the dogs really start to want to listen instead of have to listen. They want to pay attention to what it is that I'm saying and I'm asking and I'm doing. They're saying, hey, I'll do that because of you've done this for me. And not in a, you're going to, because we're bouncing off this back and forth of said manipulation back and forth, but we're bouncing it off of just us understanding what our needs are. My needs, chill out in the house. I want to be able to go take you for walks, go places. I want you to be able to be calm, polite, that's a word I like using, I don't know why, but just pretty, be pretty. Be the dog that everyone looks at and says, oh, wow, that's a pretty dog. That's what everyone says about that dog. That's a very pretty dog. Just stand there and be how she looks right now. Just be pretty. Just hang out and just be there. That's what I'm looking for. And that's what, in reality, most people are looking for. A nice, calm dog in the house, a nice, calm dog in the vehicle, a nice, calm dog anywhere you want to take them. I don't care where I want to go anywhere. I want to go to the ball game. I want to go to the park. I want to go to the picnic. I want to go to the water park. I want to go to the stores that I can. I want to go anywhere. And I want her to be nice, calm, and happy and just pretty. And then what does she need? She needs a time to be able to just not be so pretty and get a little dirty and get to running and get to moving. And since I'm able to do that for her, she's like, I'll be pretty for you when you want me to. And it's fascinating is, what does she need? 30, maybe max an hour. But today with this, 10 minutes? Not even, my goodness. If I just let it go and go and go, that's what I did the second time I set it up. I just let it go. She just ran. And it's 2 minutes because the thing shuts off at about a minute and a half. And then I got to stop, give it a break, and then I can turn it right back on again. Like 2 minutes, she's gone. She's completely done. And it took me more time to set it up as opposed to getting her to get to the point that she's just like, I'm satisfied. And it's something that is just, I don't know why, but it's something that I know why. Because especially like my border collie, I don't have the issues that most, like 99% of people have with that dog. I have like no issues because he's doing already the work that he was bred and intended to be able to do. The work that scares you right now. Your dog is hurting you, hurting your kids, hurting your other dogs. And you're like, no, how do I stop this? For me, I encouraged it because that's who he is. That's what he represents. So he's always been able to do that. So when I say, hey, Oreo, all done, he's like, okay. Hey, Oreo, come here. He's like, oh, okay. When I say, Oreo, we're finished. Get out of here. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, lay down. He's like, okay, I'll do that. There's not much pushback. The only thing that he does that I just am trying to upgrade his experience to is if down is down. Just stay there for like 10 minutes. He doesn't understand that. Down for him means just lay down for 15 seconds and then that's just what he's known. That's all I taught him. I didn't teach him anything different. For that dog, I say down, and that dude will stay there for an hour. He'll end up just falling asleep if it's past a couple of minutes. But it's something that I just didn't have issues with. But I didn't think to put that through to the rest of the dogs and the dogs that I was working and training. I was just, you put obedience on a dog. That's how it's going to listen. As opposed to give that dog what it's desired to be able to do, what it has in it to do. This is why this thing here is neat, because I just come up with all kinds of different little things, like a tunnel. That I could put a tunnel or even a box set up out there, and we can go into a tracking sense of let's go, because something that we like doing every night is mouse hunting. This stuff's getting fun. I'm kind of feel bad that I'm gonna get them all out of here at some point, and then we're not gonna be able to do that, where I might have to buy some and just let them be free so that we can keep on hunting them every night. But some of these dogs, they're vermin hunting dogs. And then you could just put something on here. You could have that bag on there. You could have whatever. You could buy urine from all these animals, put a dab of 3 on there, and then set it out somewhere. And then when the dog finally, the dog is like tracking and getting to it, the dog gets to it, the chase is on. The chase gets going, the dog gets it, he's all happy, he's all excited, he's like, let's do that again. And then they're gonna stop and say, let's come on, man, let's do that. Let's do that again. Let's get at that again. And it's something that, what's up, Shadow? Sorry, he barking like someone's about to attack me right now. Or growling, I should say. He doesn't really do the barking at first. He'll do that growl. You can come here. Shadow. Shadow. He focused. We good, man. We good. All done. You can go home. We good. He on extra duty when I'm out here as opposed to when I'm not out here. I think I'm not 100% sure what that is. He's a, don't, don't let your dog come to my property without me walking a dog on leash to this property. Cause he a very interesting, very interesting dog. And that's the part that in reality, the Great Pyrenees is a cute and cuddly and they're pretty and they seem soft, they're human soft. But when it comes down to protecting their territory, that's the part that, again, you're trying to, I don't want my dog to guard and do any of that. But that's what the dog is intended to be able to do. And not all, but all. That's what they are. When you're looking at breed-specific dogs, you're kind of like, this is just what the dog is. This is who the dog is. This is who the dog represents. And it's crazy that a lot of people are like, I don't like when my dog barks and does that, so I want to stop that. That's why, again, I don't have much issues with that dog outside of when he's just walking and going, because I'm trying to convince him just stay in this area. I don't want him to go too far away. Mainly I want him to be a real good role model to the new puppies that I end up getting to have him help them out. I don't want them to go, they don't need to be out there. They need to be close to here. I don't need that threat that far. We're good. If it comes this close, okay. I don't need him to protect the whole neighborhood. But it's something that they have to do. And if I'm trying to interfere with him doing what he's doing, I'm giving conflicting interests here. I'm like, hey, dude, I don't want you to guard. He's like, but that's my whole existence. That's what I'm supposed to do. Why are you telling me not to be what I'm existed to be able to do? And that's where, unfortunately, that's where the corrective collars and everything has to come in to be able to convince the dogs to be able to do something, as opposed to just understanding the dog and giving the dog what that dog is desiring. And in reality, straight up, it's fairly simple to figure out what these dogs are looking for. But the hard part is just getting out of your comfort zone and actually just getting up and doing something about it, and not just sitting there and wishing, hoping, and praying that everything is going to be okay. And it's something that is fascinating that I realize it's a lot of these things cost money. But when you get past that money part of it and realize, I mean, a lot of y'all got thousands of dollars in on training and your dog is nowhere, as opposed to spending $1,000 on some other stuff to be able to get your dog to be able to get into a better place. And that's something that is just very fascinating when I really think about it all. It's like we're picky and choosy with where we want to put the money to be able to get our dogs to be able to get good. I'm straight up, I'm that way. But I also live here in a way that I forced myself here. I did this. You know, I didn't just grow up with this. I didn't inherit this. I didn't just learn about it. No, I just said, this is what I want to do, create food. And that's how I've been able to see how to be able to get dogs to be able to get in a really nice place. And still, even at the same time, I don't let your dog that I don't know just off leash out here running around. Heck no. So I don't care even if I am here. It's everything is still stages to be able to get the dogs to be able to understand and be able to get into a good place. And then once they're in that good place, I could just hang out and I don't need to worry so much, because I'm mainly understanding what that dog needs, what he needs, what's in him that he needs, what she needs, what they all need. And then once I'm able to satisfy that, I see a completely different dog. A completely different dog. Like, I definitely have videos of her taking her specific places that you'll see her on edge and looking. I got one in specific that I'm going to take her there again. I'm not just speaking and saying nothing. I got nothing on the dog, and I'm going to take the dog to the same place that she used to go berserk over squirrels about. Just insane over the ducks, insane over the what are those big ones, the swans, insane over all these animals. And then now today, we're hanging out. What the squirrels literally come 5 feet. I got even a video. Go on my Instagram. I'm gonna post that tonight. A video of a squirrel right in her face. She's got a little bit in her. She's like, "What's up, man?" But it's not like I'm gonna go take off and go get you. She holds her own self back and she says, "Okay, well, there's a squirrel." It's literally 5 feet in her face. 5 feet. It's right there. And she's just like, "Oh, okay." Why? Because she gets to play this game with me, and I get to do this with her. And she gets to get more of that enjoyment and excitement out, as opposed to thinking that she needs to go off and do it on her own. We do it as a team now. That's one cool thing about dogs is they want to be our teammates. They want to work for us. They want to be with us. But when we don't give them what they need, they got to run off and go find their own games. And they got to create their own games. They got to do their own madness. And that's where things start to get really, really hostile. That's what I was doing with my Pyrenees here. Shadow, you come here. As soon as he's laying down, usually he don't get up. Hey, that's a good boy. This boy listens way more to me today. Not because of some pressure I put on him or anything. but just simply because I started to lay off of him more when I see that he's like, I got to get the threat out. Because even like right there, I'm not going to lie, the way he was growling there for a second, I'm looking over there like, what is that? Because he's not really that, I don't see him that intense. I wish I had one of them 360 video things. That might be an upgrade I could do. But this growl is intense. Whereas before he would do that, and I would like start straight up yelling at the dog. Shut up, dude. Get out of here. There's nothing here. Don't worry about it. But that's not valid. What is valid is there's something here, and he's nervous and he's worried, and we're trying to be able to help him get me being able to let him be able to investigate it and realize, hey, it is fine. Because now when I'm sitting here saying I don't want him to go all the way to the fence, he's starting to not go all the way to the fence anymore. He's starting to just go a little bit, and then he comes back over here. And every day we're just going to keep getting that tighter and tighter, or every week, month, basically, get it smaller and smaller, that he doesn't need to worry about all of that. He'll just be able to do what he did. He let that growl out, like, because that's just in him. He's like, oh, what is that? What is that? Not just go straight to barking for 50. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all know about these Pyrenees, but they be barking. They'll bark for 30 straight minutes, like just straight, just bark, 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 30 straight minutes, just not letting off, not letting it go, just go. And he's no longer doing that. He's got that, oh, what is that? And then he's like, oh, it's nothing? Oh, okay, everything is okay. Everything is fine. And then he just lets it go. Because right now, this is a perfect example of what dogs do. When you don't give them what they need, they're going to start to create the game on their own. And the game that they're going to create is not going to be all that fun, all that exciting. It's going to be just some hippity hoo-ha. It's just going to be maddening. It's going to be chaos. But when I get that game going with them, then that's when they're like, oh, okay, we're satisfied. And I'm just purposely not running them, Ophi, running them hard right this second. I'm going to do that right now. But because I want to concentrate on them. I like playing the chase game. Get it right ahead of them and get it going and get it going. It's fun, but I need to concentrate on them. I don't want to just play the game and not really be paying attention to them. I want to let them know that we are in this together. And I'm not just here on my phone, just looking at this, just pushing the button, go, go, go. That's not, that you get disconnected is what I'll say with that. I want to be connected together with them, that we're here together. And I'm going to end up getting them pretty darn tired because it's getting cold out. It's feeling really good out right now, but I think it's about to rain for once, so I got to hurry up. But I just want to say thank you. And I just want to say thank you to anyone that ever even watches my videos, like straight up the whole thing, which is, I know a lot of people, which still kind of confuses me. It really does. But there's just some things that I've really come to realize that when I see others doing stuff to try to like get things in a good place, I'm just seeing like problems. And personally, me, when I'm just trying to see my stuff get in a better place, I don't see the problems. It may not look all pretty, like fancy and all stylish and everything is all so amazing looking, immaculate, like this field is half a dead, everything I have is like just basic and normal. But I believe that that's where my success comes, is I'm not looking for the fancy things. I don't need that. But what I end up getting in the end is something that pretty much everybody's looking for. It may not, I don't have the best vehicles, but everyone's always looking at my animals for one. It's like, man, you got some nice looking stuff. And I'm like, thank you. And that's what you want more than how shiny something is, how clean your car is, or how nice your grass looks. We're focused on like the wrong things. And the more I focus on what I believe is the right things that we as humans should be focusing on, that's what really calms us and relaxes us down to be able to have what I'm going to say is a good life. Most of what I do with these dogs is free. This here costs some money. But this is what I'll say is the investment that I put in to the dog to be able to get the dog what it needs. And then I don't have the issues that I need to put the investment somewhere else in a way of like trying to be a dictator and a controller. I can just chill out and relax. Because in reality, that's what's neat about farm dogs. And she's turning into being a really good one. She's the only one that can stand next to me when I'm shooting my little BB gun, shooting these mice out of the trees. She's the only one that can go into the coops and just hang out. Don't care about a single animal in there. But also, she's the only one that I've trained and worked with the way that I'm working with her. And I can see a significant, even Johnny lazy. He's slow. He's not like super high energy. I don't want to use that word slow. but he's not like the energy compared to those two right there. But he even is all in the mix. Or because of how I've been working with her since about what 4 or 5 months now, since I had a complete radical change of getting away from a lot of things. She's like the dog that I can't wait to keep getting more dogs because this just keeps easier and easier, better and better. This is the part for me that what I would like to be able to, that would be my thing that I would offer is get the dog that exercise that it needs and get it set up to be able to get you set up with that. And you're going to have a really nice dog, because the dog is going to want to learn you, not because of the treats and the praise and the toys and the games and any of that. It's going to want to listen because you're working as a team. And working as a team with these dogs is how you end up with what I'm going to say is the nicest thing on the planet. Ofi, y'all want to go? Let me untangle that. Y'all messed me up. But this is, I don't know what it is about this. Oh, hold on. My flag is not hooked up. You chewed my flag off, girl.